Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Jesse, and today we're going over a Roman numeral analysis for Beethoven, Opus 27, number 2 Sonata, what most people know as the Moonlight Sonata. I'll have the score following along right here, and yeah, without further ado, let's just get right into it. So starting off, we're in C sharp minor. First chord, C sharp minor. This turns into a 1, 4, 2. Going to 6. And then to Neapolitan. From there, 5, 7. 1, 6, 4. You can also call that a 5, 6, 4 depending on what kind of teacher you have. Back to 5, and then that 5 becomes a 5, 7. From 5, 7, we're going back to 1. 5, 6, 5. 1. And then here we are in E. It's 4 in C sharp minor, which is 2 in E. That is a pivot point modulation. Here is a 5, 6, 4. Some people might call that a 1, 6, 4. So again, keep that in mind. From there we're going to 5, 7 and to 1. This is what is also known as I'll write it in here, a cadential 6, 4. From here we have another pivot chord as we're going to C. E minor is 3 in the key of C and is 1 in the key of E. This is also a point of mode modulation, so we're moving from the major 1 to the minor 1. Totally acceptable thing to do. From here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Another pivot chord. Here we're going to B minor. This is a 4, 6, 4 and a 3, 6, 4. And now that we're in B minor, this guy is a 7 diminished 7. And then up here, this guy is a 5, 6, 5. One little note, these 6 4s in here are known as passing 6 4s because it's in the descending motion. So from the 5, 6, 5, we're going to 1, 2 half diminished 6, 5, which becomes 4, 3, 5, 6, 4, 5. You could call this a 1, 6, 4 depending on the class that you're in. This is also a cadential 6, 4. From there, this 5 is going to 1, B minor, and then B minor becomes B major, so we can call that the 5 of 4, going back to 4. Again, this is another 5 of 4, going back to 4, 5 of 4. I'd call this a direct modulation to F sharp minor. In this case, this is going to be a 7 diminished 6, 5. From there into measure 20, this guy's a 5, 6, 5, going to 1, Neapolitan in the key of F sharp minor. This is your 7, diminished 7 of 5. From there, we're going to 5, 6, 4, which you can also call 1, 6, 4. This is 5. This is also cadential 6, 4. And back to 1. From there, another 5, 6, 5 to 1, but we have a key change, so this is C sharp minor, which is 4, which makes this one 7 diminished 6, 5 to 1, 6, 4 to 5, 6, 5 to 1. Again in here, this is a passing 6, 4. From there, this is a 2, diminished 6, to a 7, diminished 7 of 5, to 5, 5 to, we can call this a 6, 4. So all throughout here, this is a pedal 6, 4. Same thing there. This measures a 7, diminished 7, going back to a 1, 6, 4, which is a pedal 6, 4, to a 7, diminished 7 of 5, to a 7, diminished 7, and that happens for 3 measures. Yes, 1, 2, 3. Going back to 5, 7 for 2 measures. 6, major 6, because we're in a minor mode. 2, half diminished 6, 5. It's a 5. 5 going to 5, 7, back to 1. This guy is a 5, 6, 5 to 1. Here's another pivot chord. Back to what we saw before. We're going back to E. And then again, same thing, 5, 6, 4. You can call this a 1, 6, 4. Actually do it like this, 5, 3, 7 to 1. From there, 5, 6, 5. So that's a 1 in E going to a 3 in C sharp minor. This is a 5, 4, 3 to 1, 5, 6, 5 to 1, again D natural, Neapolitan, 5, 7 to 1, this turns into the 5 of 4 again because of the sharp, back to 4, 5 of 4, back to 4, 5 of 4 to 4, 5, 6, 5 of 3 to 3, 6, 6, 5 to 2 diminished, 5, 6, 5 to 1, 2 half diminished for 3 to 5, 2 half diminished 6, 5 to 5, 6, 4, or you can call that a 1, 6, 4 to 5, 7. This is another cadential 6, 4. Cadential 5, 7 going to 1 to 5, 6, 5 back to 1. 7 diminished 7 to 1. And that wraps up the whole piece. I don't know if I mentioned this, but there's actually a couple different types of modulations that occur in this piece. The modulation from B minor to F sharp minor was a direct modulation at measure 15, 16, 17. Measure 18, that was a direct. Measure 7 would be an example of a pivot chord modulation in which we move from C sharp to E. This piece isn't too hard if you have a good understanding of secondary dominants, pivot chord modulations, direct modulations, and Neapolitans. You should be in good shape. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and drop a comment as to what kinds of other Roman numeral analyses you would want to see in the future. As usual, share this video with your friends if you found it interesting, and thank you. Keep on learning music.